And here we are again in module 4 this time. Module 4 will be right here, happening between, go back just 1 second here. So the dates for module 4, so sorry. Module 4 is September 25th through August 8th. So again, quickly, the overview of module 4. That is not module 4, that is module 5. Let's go back again. There we go. All right, so this one is going to take place over the next 4 weeks, actually. You'll do 2 parts of it in module 4 and 2 parts of it in module 5. So again, your learning objectives are outcomes number 2 and 3 from syllabus. So revisit that to make sure you're framing what it is that you should be able to do by the end of this module, or what you're building on in terms of this module. So we're expanding our understanding of the world's colonial history related to education in our own context. We're expressing colonial secularism, its reality and its role in solidifying institutional racism. And then we're co-constructing in our groups the colonial map as it relates to the implications of education. So the way that we're going to do that is through an empathy map. So an empathy map, there will be a overview of what an empathy map is here. But up to this point, you have been sort of coming to know your own sort of habits and how the culture around you creates you and creates the educational system. And then to dive deeper into how it is that we might look at approaching education different, we're going to kind of put ourselves in the shoes of others through an empathy map. So watch the tutorial of the empathy map. Another helpful tool or tutorial about an empathy map is here. Again, I would work with my group, look at all of this together, or have a timeline that you'll look at it, and then work together to create a timeline between now and the next 2 weeks to map out what it is that you'll be doing. So an empathy map has 4 parts. You define your scope and goals. So together, you and your team will define your scope and goals. You will collect research, and this is a qualitative approach. And so the research that you will be collecting is interviewing, making observations, understanding your context better by inquiring about it, trying to understand it better from different perspectives. And then you might just keep a diary. I have you all continuing to use Miro to document your thoughts, your beliefs, your disbeliefs, and your questions. And so that can act as your personal map, or even participants in your class rooms keeping diaries in that effect. So these are the 2 things that you should concentrate on for this particular module. And then in the next module, you'll be doing steps 3 and 4, which we'll explain there. The readings that you'll want to be doing over the next 4 weeks are Smith Decolonizing Methodologies. So you'll want to be reading this as you're doing your qualitative inquiries in your own context, so that you can be thinking about different approaches to how it is that we're collecting data, how we're understanding, how we're gaining empathy, how we're able to stand in others' shoes to understand different perspectives. And then you'll start to map out your empathy map on Miro as a team. And again, as I mentioned before, using your discussion board, your Miro sort of diary to be documenting your beliefs. We will have gone over that in several synchronous sessions, so I don't need to review that at this moment. Okay, so I think that is all for the introduction of module 4. Let's just go right back here so that you know exactly where it is that you're going. That's good. I'm going to go back to sharing the screen. My internet was slow again for a minute. So you'll see in module 4 the overview, and then obviously steps 1 and 2 of the empathy map. So here it will take you through the directions of how to do that and what to focus on. Okay, again, if you have any questions, you know where to find each other and me as a last resort. Thanks so much and have a fun time.